Today's group. The first group is Heaviside unit step function, group number 2. The topic is Heaviside unit step function, and the member of the group is Krushank Shah, Shubh Pathak, Sharvil, Sarvesh, and Kenil Joshi. Okay, the serial number of them is 107, 86, 14, 135, and 38.
Good
Check
morning
with
to all of
the.
you. This is Kenil Joshi of SC Comms. Today in this presentation, we are going to discuss on the topic named Laplace transformation of in Laplace transformation Heaviside unit step function. A group mainly consists of member Krushank Shah, Shubh Pathak, Sarvesh Mishra, Shravil Davde, and me myself Kenil Joshi, under the guidance of Miss Tina Trivedi. Today in this presentation, we are going to discuss on the topics such as what is Heaviside functions, types of Heaviside functions, some based on Heaviside functions, application of Heaviside functions, introduction of Heaviside functions. The Heaviside unit step function was named after the mathematician Oliver Heaviside. The Heaviside step function step function is usually denoted by h or theta. The function was originally developed in operational calculus for the solution of differential equation, where it represents a signal that switches on a specified time and stays switched on indefinitely. Heaviside's unit step function's value is 0 for negative argument and 1 for non-negative argument. Basically, the Heaviside functions are divided between three parts: unit step, Heaviside function, shifted unit step, and unit impulse step. Further, it will be continued by Krushank sir.
Good morning, one and all present here. My name is Krushank Shah. Today we will study about Laplace transform of unit step function. First of all, let us see what is a unit step function. This is the definition of unit step function. It means that when t is less than 0, the function of t or h of t will give the value 0, and when t is greater than or equal to 0, the function of t will give the value 1. To get a more clear idea, let's see the graph of it. As in the graph you can see, tell here the value of t was less than 0. So the value given by the function was equal to 0. But as soon as the value of t reaches 0 or it's greater than 0, it returns value 1. So now let's apply Laplace transformation to this function. By the definition of Laplace transformation, L of f Laplace of f of t is equal to integration 0 to infinity e raised to minus st f of t dt. So here instead of f of t we can write h of t, which is our function. So value of our function is 1. So after applying the Laplace transformation and doing the integration, the integration of e raised to minus st is e raised to minus st upon minus s. So taking minus 1 upon s common and substituting the value, minus infinity is 0, so e raised to minus infinity equals to 0, and anything raised to 0 is 1, so e raised to minus st is 1, so we get the value 1 upon s. Now let us come to the second type, which is shifted unit step function. It is a type of unit step function in which the time is shifted to a. Here's the definition of shifted unit step function, and let's see the graph of it. From graph we can see that when the time is equals to a or greater than a, the function returns value 1, but until it is less than a, the function returns value 0. So let's apply the so here our function of t, that is h of t, becomes h of t minus a. So let's apply Laplace transformation to our function. So here we can split the limits of integration into two intervals, that is 0 to a and a to infinity. So we are doing the same over here. From the graph you can see from 0 to a it's 0. So we can straight away write 0 instead of here, and we can integrate this part, second term, that is integration of a to infinity e raised to minus st 1 dt. So after integration, we get the value as e raised to minus as upon s. Now let's come to third type, that is a unit impulse function or Heaviside unit impulse function. The definition of Heaviside unit impulse function is this. In Heaviside unit impulse function, the function returns value 1 in a certain time interval. So, in certain time interval, as you can see in the graph, that in the interval a to b, the function returns value 1, else it's 0. So we can apply Laplace transformation here too, and we can split the limits into three parts, that is 0 to a to b, and b to infinity. But in 0 to a, it's the value of function is 0, and b to infinity also the value of function is 0. So we have to integrate only this middle term, that is integration a to b e raised to minus st h of t dt. So after applying Laplace transformation, we get the value minus 1 upon s e raised to minus sb minus e raised to minus as. Now I will request Shubh Pathak to explain few sums on it. Thank you.
Hello and good morning to Tina ma'am and my classmates. My name is Shubh Pathak. My roll number is 86, and I will explain a sum on Laplace transformation of Heaviside unit step function, which will help us understand the topic a bit better. So the question is, find Laplace transformation of f of t, where f of t is equal to cos t when the limit is 0 to pi. F of t is equal to cos 2t when limit is pi to 2 pi, and where f of t is equal to cos 3t when t is greater than 2 pi. So when we see Laplace transformation, we have to understand that we have to convert the function of t into s. That is the basics of any Laplace transformation sum, but we cannot directly convert this function of t into a s, and so we have to use the unit step function, which will help us to convert it into a familiar form, which then we can apply the standard formula, so we'll get the final answer. So here to express the question into the unit step function, we need to take f of t into unit step function of t minus the limit. So we get f of t is equal to cos t into unit step function of t minus 0 minus cos t into unit step function of t minus pi plus into the bracket cos 2t unit step function of t minus pi minus cos 2t into unit step function of t minus 2 pi plus cos 3t into unit step function of t minus 2 pi. Now, as you can see, there is t minus pi and t minus 2 pi are repeated in this expression. So we'll take them common, which will help us simplify the equation. So we'll get cos t is equal cos t into unit step function of t minus 0 plus cos 2t minus cos t into unit step function of t minus 5, which we have taken common, plus cos 3t minus cos 2t into unit step function of t minus 2 pi, which again we have taken common. So now we have to take the Laplace transformation of on both sides, like we do in normal sums and in integration. So Laplace transformation of f of t will give us Laplace transformation of cos t into unit step function of t minus 0 plus Laplace transformation of cos 2t minus cos t into unit step function of t minus pi plus Laplace transformation of cos 3t minus cos 2t into unit step function of t minus 2 pi. Next slide. So we have to use this formula which will help us convert the unit step function into a normal standard form. So Laplace transformation of f of t into u into t unit step function of t minus a is equal to e raised to minus as into Laplace transformation of f of t plus a. So now we have to put our focus on a. Previous slide, please. So we can see here t minus 0. So we have to take 0 as a. Here we can see pi is t minus pi. So we have to take a as a is equal to pi in the second part, and in the third part we can see t minus 2 pi. So we have to take a is equal to 2 pi. Next slide, please. So now Laplace transformation of f of t is equal to e raised to a, which is 0, into Laplace transformation of cos t plus 0 plus e raised to minus pi s, in which pi is equal to a, into the Laplace transformation of cos 2 into t plus pi minus cos t plus pi plus e raised to minus 2 pi s, which is again 2 pi is equal to a, into the Laplace transformation of cos 3 into t plus 2 pi minus cos 2 into minus cos 2 bracket t plus 2 pi. So now we again simplify the equation. So we will get Laplace transformation of cos t plus e raised to minus pi s into the Laplace transformation of cos 2 pi plus 2t minus cos pi plus t plus e raised to minus 2 pi s into the Laplace transformation of cos 6 pi plus 3t minus cos 4 pi plus 2t. So as we can see, we have cos a plus cos b in this expression. So we convert it into the formula cos a cos b minus sin a sin b. So in the next step, we have Laplace transformation of cos t. So it will be we will use the standard formula to convert it into the for s upon s square plus 1, because it is a standard form, plus e raised to minus pi s into the Laplace transformation of cos 2t plus cos t, which we get from using the formula cos a plus cos a into cos b. No, sorry, cos of a plus b plus e raised to minus 2 pi s into the Laplace transformation of cos 3t minus cos 2t. So now in the final step, we convert all of them into the standard form that which we know and have learned in the class. So we'll get the answer s upon s square plus 1 plus e raised to minus pi s into s upon s square plus 4 plus s upon s square plus 1 plus e raised to minus 2 pi s into s upon s square plus 9 minus s upon s square plus 4. Hope you have understood what I have explained. Now for further explanation, my friend Sarvesh Mishra will continue the presentation. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Sarvesh Mishra, and today we will see one more problem based on Heaviside unit step function. As you can see, the problem is find the Laplace transform of 1 plus 2t minus 3t square plus 4t cube unit step function of t minus 2, and hence evaluate integration 0 to infinity e raised to minus t 1 plus 2t minus 3t square plus 4t cube unit step function of t minus 2 dt. So in this question, we will divide it into two parts. The first part will be finding the Laplace transform, and the second part will be evaluation. So we come to our first part. In the first part, we will be using the formula used in the first question. So the formula is in the white box. As you can see, Laplace transform of f of t into unit step function of t minus a, which is equal to e raised to minus as, Laplace transform of f of t plus a. So we come to our solution, and solution step 1 is Laplace transform of 1 plus 2t minus 3t square plus 4t cube unit step function of t minus 2. So by comparing our step 1 with our formula, we find out that f of t is 1 plus 2t minus 3t square plus 4t cube, and our a value is 1. So by applying formula, we get e raised to minus 2s 1 plus 2 t minus 3t square plus 4t2 square, 4t2 cube. So we will use in this step a plus b square and a plus b cube formula. So we come to our next step, e raised to minus 2s 1 plus 2t minus t 1 plus 2 t plus 2 minus 3 t square plus 4t plus 4 plus 4 t cube plus 6t square plus 12t plus 8. So in this step, we will open all the brackets and we will add them. So by adding them, we will find out e raised to minus 2s Laplace transform of 25 plus 38 t plus 21 t square plus 4 t cube. In this step, we will be using our Laplace formulas of Laplace of k, which is equal to k by s, and Laplace of t raised to n, which is equal to n factorial upon s raised to n plus 1. So we come to our next step, that is e raised to minus 2s 25 upon s plus 38 1 factorial upon s square plus 21 2 factorial upon s cube plus 4 into 3 factorial upon s raised to 4, which is equal to our final answer of the first part, that is e raised to minus 2s 25 upon s plus 38 upon s square plus 42 upon s cube plus 24 upon s raised to 4. So we come to our second part, that is integration 0 to infinity e raised to minus st. So in this we will use our e raised to minus t. So in this we will use our no, you will use this step, that is Laplace of f of t, which is equal to unit step function of t minus a, which is equal to integration 0 to infinity e raised to minus st f of t unit step function of t minus a dt. This is originated from our basic Laplace definition written in the white box, Laplace transform of f of t, which is equal to phi s, which is equal to integration 0 to infinity e raised to minus st f of t dt. As in the above step, we have saw that f of t u unit step function of t minus a dt is 1 plus 2t minus 3t square plus 4t cube unit step function of t minus 2 dt. So we get integration 0 to infinity e raised to minus st 1 plus 2t minus 3t square plus 4t cube unit step function of t minus 2 dt. So we come to our next step, and the next step is similar to our first part answer, that is e raised to minus 2s 25s plus 38s square plus 42s cube plus 24s raised to 4. Previous slide, please. In this you can see the second part question is integration 0 to infinity e raised to minus t. Next slide. But here we have found out integration 0 to infinity e raised to minus st. So for e raised to integration 0 to infinity e raised to t, we will put our s value as 1. So we will get integration 0 to infinity e raised to minus t 1 plus 2t minus 3t square plus 4t cube u t minus 2 dt. So by solving it, we get e raised to minus 2 25 upon 1 plus 38 upon 1 square plus 42 upon 1 cube plus 24 upon 1 raised to 4, which is which concludes our final answer 129 upon e square. So you must be wondering that we know what is Heaviside function, but we don't know how to use it and where to use it. So to tell you applications of Heaviside unit step function, my teammate Shravil will explain you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Myself Shavil Devade, role 14. Today I will introduce you to some basic applications of Heaviside function. So as my fellow members explained, as numericals and derivation of Heaviside function, you must be wondering where and why do we use it. We commonly use it in mathematics of control theory and signal processing to represent a signal that switches on at specified time. It is also used to calculate current when electric circuit is switched on at specified time and stays on indefinitely. Now that we have seen where we can use it, let's elaborate it more. Explain. Since Heaviside function is a special type of function, it takes only two values, 0 and 1. But we can get other kinds of values by using other switches. Let us see how. Consider a switch for unit function of t in off state until t is equal to c, and when it is turned on, it takes a value of 4. Suppose we want a switch that is on and then off at t is equal to c. We can use switch t1 minus uc of t, unit function of t, which has a value of 1 when t is less than c and has a value of 0 when t is equal to c, or Let us see in detail how it works. When we put t, when t is less than t condition arises, the heavy side will turn off and will have a value of 0. Therefore, therefore, if switch is 1 minus unit function of t, then whole function has a value of 1. But if t is greater than or equal to c, heavy side will now turn on and has a value of 1. So, therefore, the whole function will now have a value of 0. But if we want any other values except 1, then we can do it by using other kinds of switches like phi minus phi unit function of t. It will return a value of phi to the function